Suddenly the news of your replacement, came over
Yeah.
overnight. How did that happen, and why did that happen? What went wrong?
I don't know, neither do I want to know, nor do I, wish anybody ill. Without mutual discussion, I don't think it's correct also. But I'm not somebody who even thinks about it or talks about it. As far as my director is concerned, Mr. Jalal Sharma. Jalal sir wouldn't have okayed the shot if my acting was not on point.
But when something of this sort happens, it actually fuels a lot of rumors. Do you think कि ये सारी जो चीजें हैं वो आगे चलकर will it affect your career trajectory?
Rumors, first of all, were never anything. Hi, this is Akshun Mahajan, and you're watching me on India Forums. Stay tuned. All the best to you guys.
Subscribe and hit the bell icon to never miss another update from India Forums.
Hi Akshun, how are you?
Hi Anshul, how are you? Hi Baba. Thanks for the camera.
Thank you so much for coming and talking to us today. So starting off, we'll talk about, of course, Man Pasand Ki Shadi.
Yeah.
Tell us about this show and how has your life been after your exit from the show?
The show is lovely. First of all, it's about Arohi's way of finding the guy and then eventually getting married to him and how the life is going to take forward, henceforward
Right.
for her. But then when I started, it was like a lot of fun. And the same thing happened when it was a time for exit. Their terminologies of replacement, exit, termination, whatever you call it.
Right.
At the end of the day, it was a character that I played, Abhishek
Right.
Diwan, a flamboyant character which I loved. And it's going to always rest within my memories of Treasure Chest, right?
Right.
So when I performed that and I loved it and I performed the character, now the character is being performed by another actor.
Right.
And Akshit, he's a great actor. I saw the episode yesterday. He
Yes.
did it very well. And I was thinking, oh wow, there's a new flair to it because every actor brings an individuality to the
Absolutely.
character and their traits, right? So the way I performed it, and I was very curious to see how he performs it. He performed it very well yesterday. I saw it, and I thought that the decision which was taken, it was great. It was good. It was good for the story.
Right.
And that's what I wanted. It was great.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about the show. Like, how did it happen to you? How did it come your way? And how did you come on board, basically?
So for the show now, there is this lady called Rakhi Luthra, and she's one of the casting heads in Rajshri Productions.
Okay.
She had called me up out of nowhere whether you'd be interested in doing a long format. For me, it's about the story more than the platform, the medium. There are TV mediums, OTT mediums, or film mediums, or theatre
Right.
to perform in front of the audience. For me, everything is good unless the story is good or my part is good in the story. It makes a difference, right? So when she called me up, I was like, okay, fine. And I was at a wedding in Delhi, and I was like, okay, fine. When I come back to Mumbai, I'll give an audition. 2 days later, I ended up coming back home, made an audition, sent the tape to her. She liked the tape. They had called me for a look test. Eventually, the mock shoot happened. That's how I got the part.
Okay.
And then eventually, I landed up on sets. But I'll tell you one thing: that acting in television, I think, is the hardest because I saw everybody like we are performing almost the entire day. It's so challenging, but so much fun because it moved me. The story moved me, touched me. The character touched me soulfully so much that I could resonate with the emotions of the character. Hence, it was fun for me every single day, every single moment from the day of the shoot began till the pack-up day of the same day of the shoot. It was always fun for me.
Right.
So that happened. And yeah, I mean, the story is literally worth it, I feel.
Right.
Now that I
Okay.
watch it, yeah.
Tell us about yourself, Akshun. In brief, where do you come from? इससे पहले आपने क्या किया है? And why did you decide to be an actor? How did you be an actor? In fact, tell us.
So
about
I'm from a city called Pathankot, Punjab.
Okay.
And I've come to Mumbai in 2018 end. Not precisely the month, I don't remember. I think the second half of the year for sure. And before that, I was till my high school, I was in Pathankot. Then I had gone to La Roche, which is in Switzerland,
Okay.
Hospitality University. I had gone there, I studied there, and then from there I flew to the States. Where I
Okay.
was for 1.5 years, almost 13 months to be precise, working as an assistant celebrity manager.
Mm-hmm.
I was there, I worked there, and then after that, I was like, what I'm doing, I feel there's a different calling to it. And sometimes you just feel like it. There were certain instances in my life, which I'll articulate later someday, that made me feel that I'm made for acting, maybe because unknowingly I had been acting so many times. So I ended up flying back to Mumbai, coming back to India, flew to Mumbai straight away because my father said so. And I came and my father is very much like Mauna. So these things, and then I come to Mumbai. When I came here, I auditioned for 2 months, and I was like, what more? I was getting bored. I was like, what more? And curiosity always, it ignites that fire in me. I was like, what more? And I was curious to do, and I started theater, professional theater. I've done theater before this, but it was very much in school and
Right.
college.
Okay.
But then I did theater, and then I performed theater, and then I landed up in assistant director job role, junior assistant director in Shamshera, where I gave my interview to Ashutosh Sharma and Yash
Oh
Raj.
wow.
Ended up getting into Yash Raj, did Shamshera. Then eventually, there's a DA of Karan sir. He was former DA. Kharabela Mohapatra KB. He got me work he recommended me to one of the first assistant directors for Tiger 3, Adit
Okay.
Chopra. He took me under his wing. Then I got the team. So I worked under the mentorship of Karan Malhotra first in Shamshera, then Manish sir in Tiger 3. And then
Okay.
eventually, when I finished that movie in 2023, 12th of November, after that, I got a film which is yet to release. And then from there, I had come to the show, which just fell into my laps. I auditioned, I got it. And now that the show is over, for me, for my part of in the character's life, now there's another script that I'm reading still. There's certain projects that I'm looking forward to, I'm testing for. So yeah, and I started writing now because it's also like intriguing for me. So I'm
Okay.
curious about it. So actually my life is led by curiosity more
Right.
than
Okay.
anything else. So I'm just doing that now.
Okay. Okay. So the audience had just started connecting with your character, and suddenly the news of your replacement, came over
Yeah.
overnight. How did that happen, and why did that happen? What went wrong?
Honestly, I didn't ask anybody that question. Why?
Okay.
Because like I told you, I've been an assistant director for 6 years, 6 to 7 years almost. I already understand from the filmmaker's perspective. And me being an aspiring filmmaker, writer as well, I was thinking of when this news came to me. I won't name anyone, but when this news came to me, I was just curious as to what next. I'll be very
Okay.
honest with you, because I believe that whatever happens happens for a reason and happens for the best of everyone. So I believe that makers, if they got me that news, it must be for the good of the story, which I saw yesterday was for the good of the story. Because
Right.
Akshit is doing a fabulous job, and I saw him playing Abhishek Diwan, because that flair of Abhishek Diwan I was watching yesterday. So when that news came to me, I was like, okay, fine, awesome. Like, I wish you guys all the best, and I'm still gonna watch the show because again, Rajshri Productions and Colors, there's nothing more I could have asked for
Absolutely.
beginning my career with somebody. So with them, I wish them all the best, and I just bounced from the show. That's it. I mean, I didn't ask anybody why or anything. There was no back and forth. There was no argument. There was no negativity. It was a very
Okay.
smooth transition. Even the last day, I got farewell, cake cutting, everything was fun. It was like, how on films or OTT there's a rap for a particular actor, not the
Right.
character, but the actor sometimes. I, I genuinely took it like that. And if somebody thinks otherwise, then I mean, anybody's opinion is none of my business, I feel. I really
Right.
like to stay in a zone where I'm minding my own lane and I'm like a horse with the blinders, like I'm just focusing on what's next, what's next. And I've always been that guy. I live a very simple life. I wake up, I go to work, my work is acting, come back home. Assistant director, my work was assistant director, come back home, play my PlayStation, read a book, or watch a good movie. I watch one movie a day, just by the way, and I've done
Okay.
that while shooting for the show, for the film, working as an assistant director. I never missed watching one movie a day. Till date, I do.
Oh,
And before
that's
sleeping, I
amazing.
have to.
Right. Okay. But did you see it coming? Were you like aware कि ऐसा कुछ होने वाला है या did you get hints
No,
या
I knew that it will eventually happen one day.
okay.
But if you ask me a precise date I knew about, I was never aware of a precise date because
But why did
that's how
you
it works. That's how it works actually. And there's no answer to a why set,
okay.
because my answer would be just genuinely, and I'm not saying it to be book like politically correct or some bookish language I'm using right now. Genuinely, it was for the evolution of the character. I'm just telling you from my point of view.
जी.
I don't know, neither do I want to know, nor do I, wish anybody ill. If somebody had any other perspective, well, it's their perspective. But as far as I'm concerned, I saw from my point of view, it was required. It happened. It's good. That's it. So there is no set reason of why. And if you ask me, just to answer it, I would say it was for the evolution of the character and for the betterment of the story. That's
Okay.
one thing. Because as far as performance is concerned, I've seen people complimenting or commenting on YouTube's or Instagram. Like my sister has shown me so many times because I'm not much on social media. I hardly use it. So I've seen people showing me like these are the comments, these are the things. So people are appreciating it. And on set, first hand, I've seen technicians appreciating it. And as far as my director is concerned, Mr. Jalaj Sharma, incredible director, and my DOP Sudha sir. Jalaj sir wouldn't have okayed the shot if my acting was not on point or to
Absolutely.
the up to the mark to the character.
Right, right.
That's it. And as far as the acting is concerned, it's endless. You keep learning till the day you pass away, like, and for me, I want it like camera flickering, photo shoot, photo shoot, photo shoot, eventually one day, boom. That's that.
Right. But when something of this sort happens, it's always, it actually fuels a lot of rumors and a lot
Yeah.
of why did this happen? क्यों हुआ? What is the reason behind it? So, do you think कि ये सारी जो चीजें हैं वो आगे चलकर will it affect your career trajectory in any
No,
way?
I never thought of it that way.
Okay.
Rumors, first of all, were never anything that ever, even in I've been in hostel for the longest time, I've been in university away from India. Rumors were never something that bothered me since childhood.
Okay.
Never. And when it comes to anything affecting my career, I believe in one thing, which is about work. Karam kar phal ki chinta mat kar times. So I just believe in working hard. I don't know anything else. I believe in honing my craft. I believe in enhancing my knowledge, whether about everything, not just acting, but everything. Filmmaking, life, world, everything. I believe in enhancing my knowledge. So I'm so occupied by all of these things that hardly rumor ever affected me. And even if there was a room full of people where rumors are being spread or Chinese whispering happening, I've always, walked away from those rooms because I don't know. I'm just too occupied doing all of these things, chilling with my friends sometimes, playing video games or watching movies, reading books again. So trajectory of my character or my career, sorry, I believe it won't be affected because the kind of people I want to work with in life will be always cinematically correct people, like creative people, who look at the performance or what you bring to the table rather than what rumors or baggage. Certain that's the tagline, or what kind of background you come from. I believe those
Right.
people, the ones that I want to work with, will look at the performance. They'll test me. They'll test me on the audition. They'll select me on the audition. Simple, full stop. Whatever
Right.
happened in the past or personal life, that's a, a human being's personal life. Like that shouldn't. I believe that won't affect the work part of it. And I've
Right.
not done anything wrong in work part of it as well to
Right.
ever have it affected, affect my career.
Right. Okay. Talking about rumors as well. There's a talk that the show's ratings were not at par, and this is why this decision has been taken. So, do you think this was the reason, like the makers were wanting to revive the TRPs of the show, and that is why this decision was taken?
I have no clue about this. I'm not aware of it. I told you what my opinion was, how I would voice out. But what do I think? I don't voice out opinions on such topics ever. I don't have any opinion about it. Like I don't think about it honestly.
Okay.
With all due respect to everyone,
Mhm.
people who do think about it, with respect to them as well. I'm just not that guy. I had a very simple job to be there, to perform my character and come back home. That's what I was doing till the very end. And I was happy doing it. And still, I had a very happy exit from the show, or whatever terminology you use it, replacement from the show, or whatever from the show.
Right.
It was a very happy and a sweet note that everything happened. Everybody wished me well. And till the very last moment, I had only one thing in my mind, to perform my character to the fullest. That's it.
Right.
So that if people are there out there who are considering me for a project, or if people are out there, because I remember growing up, so many shows I've seen. I remember always wanting to connect with that actor on a level where it's away from the controversies. It's about what the actor performed. So I'm that guy. So I wanted the same thing from my own self as an actor. So that's why till the very moment I performed my 100%, gave my 100%. Obviously, there'll always be people who like it. There'll always be people who won't like it. But then again, that's none of my business.
Absolutely.
I performed it to the best, and I've seen people complimenting, commenting, and I think that's something that I cherish. But again, that's not getting to my head. That's not keeping me up, I know I'll always be better in my craft. That's something. So as far as TRP or these things are concerned, if somebody's talking about it, well, all the best to them. But I'm generally focused on what's next, because this thing, those 41 episodes are immortal. They'll always be there. And anybody who likes it will watch it. If they don't, it's okay. If they don't.
Right. Akshun, and also as a human being, uh, did it in any sort affect your self-esteem?
Self-esteem? No, never.
Not at all.
No, not self-esteem at all. Nothing, nothing. For me, always a challenge which has been in life is if I'm acting and if I'm performing a character and you're the director or you're the writer, I just want to bring that character alive to your, sense of understanding how the character could be. If I'm unable to do that, that's something which will, budge me or which will keep poking me. It won't, self-esteem, I don't think it'll ever be affected, to be very honest.
Right.
Because, I don't know, I never gave it a thought.
You
to be
never
honest.
questioned yourself कि क्यों हुआ?
Never.
क्या?
I didn't
Like,
give it a cue.
as humans, we do tend to,
I didn't.
go back into questioning
Yeah.
that why me?
Yeah.
So वैसा
I
कुछ
never,
नहीं?
no, I never gave it that question. No.
Right.
Yes, I had one thing in my mind that people are giving me so much love. Why me?
Right.
That's
Of course.
something I had.
Yeah.
And when I was getting that, I was like, okay, like my acting didn't matter. Somewhere it landed well. Somewhere that I'm having people liking it and liking the way I was
Mhm.
in the character that I played till the time that I played it. And that's it. Like that's the kind of why I might have had. Even till now, I ask people on Instagram, "Hey guys, what did I do to deserve your love?" I mean, thank you so much. But yeah, like that's the kind of why I have.
Right. Okay. When you look back now, how do you feel about your journey and experience on the show?
I'm grateful for each and every day that I got to perform, that I got to do the look test, that I got to do the mock shoot, I got to interact with the co-actors. Everybody was marvelous, and I'm happy for the moments that were there. And every single day from the day of the audition till the very day of me like getting done with the show, I would say wrap with the show. It was lovely, and I'm still watching the show. So I'm
Right.
waiting for the today's episode to watch it. Yeah.
Okay. As an audience, when we're watching the show, I think it's very natural कि जब हम एक character से connect कर जाते हैं, उसके बाद में कोई sudden change, seeing someone else step into the shoes is not easy for an audience member to accept.
Yeah.
Do you think the audience will be able to accept Akshit in your place?
They should. They should. He's performing really well. And for any kind of audience to actually watch the show, they usually watch it for the character. And if they get attached with the actor, it's okay. With time, they will, because he's performing really well. And I've seen that. I've seen Abhishek Diwan in him.
Okay.
Me being the Abhishek Diwan with the show starting, I'm very happily that relay baton has gone, and I've seen him performing it really well, to be very honest. And I'm not just flattering or saying it out loud for the sake of it. I genuinely mean it when I say it, because I saw it yesterday and I was blown that his
Right.
flair is very good, and I'm wishing him well still. And to be honest, about as far as the audience is concerned, I know eventually they'll respect it, because it's always about, you need to know one thing, which I tell everybody, that everybody has battles that they're fighting in their lives, in personal lives. So we should always be curious about things that happen rather than being judgmental about anything, because it's very easy to put anyone down. It's very hard to encourage people to do better. So I would always, even the audience which are watching it and people who loved me, please do still watch the show and increase the TRP, because it's about the army who's working behind the camera as well. It's not just one person. So, and he's doing a very great job. Please do watch it. I still do say the same thing to everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is not the first time that some sort of replacement or a sudden exit has happened in television history.
Okay.
To name a few, Pratiksha, Hunmukhi, and Shehzada Dami,
Okay.
and others. I don't know if you know them. They were also replaced from their shows. Big show, ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है, but they are both performing very well in their careers right now. Do you think कि आपको ऐसा लगता है कि आप भी इन एग्जाम्पल्स में ही होने वाले हैं, you're also going to perform equally or way better, ऐसा कुछ?
Anchal, I'll be honest with you again. The way we started also this conversation, like I told you earlier, that I'm minding my own lane, focusing on myself, I'm just doing it. And as far as both the actors are concerned, with all due respect to them, I know of them, but I
Right.
don't know them personally. I respect their work, I like their work. But coming back to the comparison part of it, I've never compared myself to anyone. I believe everybody is an individual in their own lanes, in their own work, in their own characters that they play. So, with all due respect to them, I I don't think about it. I never thought about it. And terminologies also replacement, exit, termination, whatever the terminologies are. I don't. I never saw it that way, and I don't think I'll ever be able to, because since childhood, certain things, certain ethics have been inculcated within me by my parents, by my family, people around me. I hardly have time. I'm so occupied with everything around me. So I
Right.
don't. There's no comparison that I
Right.
keep in my mind. Yeah.
Right. How did your parents react to the news? Like how did you break the news to them, and how did your parents react?
They were cool. They're like, okay, this is finished now. What's next? That's what my parents told me.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. It's often said that when actors quit a show, there are several contractual clauses in place, but when they're replaced, there aren't any. Do you think it's fair? Like when, as an actor, if you want to quit a show midway, of course you will not be allowed to, because there are certain clauses and all that you
But
guys sign.
I'll tell you about from my experience. If I'm putting money on you, and if you ask me that you want to quit, my show is being made because of you. Why would you want to quit? And you'll talk to me about it, right?
Right.
So think about it from a filmmaker's or a TV maker or show maker's perspective also. It'll be wrong on actor's part to just want to quit. No, you just cannot want to quit.
Right.
To be very honest.
Right.
At the same time, without mutual discussion, I don't think it's correct also. But I'm not somebody who even thinks about it or talks about it, or like, there was a certain clause that I talk about. Contracts is something I like to keep personal always. And as far as generic conversation is concerned, I never gave it a thought. But now that I'm giving it a thought, everybody is like banking on you. So you should have a conversation if you ever want to, but it should be a mutual discussion, unless everybody obviously goes through different phases. So it depends on the situation. I think it's not something that I'll have a generic answer towards. But one thing I know, that if people are banking on you, you just can't exit. You need to
Right.
respect the maker and their money also.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Unless you're the producer.
Right.
You yourself are the producer and the maker, okay, do whatever you want.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. What next in store for your fans?
There is something I don't like to disclose my future projects, usually in life also, in personal life also. So once that thing comes on flow and releases eventually, you'll get to know. But right now, I would say yes, there is something that I'm reading. And again, I told you that I'm trying out my hand on writing also now.
Okay,
So,
that's amazing.
writing, yeah.
Right. Since you're also a colors face now,
Yeah.
how open are you to reality shows like Big Boss?
Okay, I respect Big Boss. I love Big Boss because of Salman sir. I've seen how Salman sir is, and I've got to work. I've had the honor to work with him up close as an assistant.
Yeah,
director.
Tiger. Yeah,
Yeah.
you mentioned.
So with the reality shows, as far as they are concerned, I'm more than open for reality shows like Khatron Ke Khiladi, any adventure kind of a reality show, because I have a knack for extreme sports. And
Okay.
yeah, there's something. So Nat Geo, Discovery Channel, you know how these guys have those
Right.
travel shows, talk shows, or like those kind of hosts where we explore places
Right.
within India or abroad, regardless. Because I love India, by the way. So these things, so that those are kind of reality shows I'm actually aiming for. But again, my primary thing that I'm looking at are my projects of acting.
Mhm.
So regardless of the medium, any story that excites me, I'll be open to do it. So that there's something that excited me, so I'm just focusing on that for now.
Right. Okay. Lastly, Akshun, I want to know, like you mentioned, you're not very active on your Instagram, but in today's day and age, a lot of times I've also spoken to a lot of actors who have complained about this, that आजकल casting जो है वो followers देखकर होती है to some extent. Have you ever faced something like this? And do you think it's important to side by side also build a social media profile?
I think as far as social media is concerned, everybody has their own opinion. Again, I don't find it important to voice out my opinion per se, but because you've asked me, I would say that for certain people, it might be important. For me, I believe that as far as films or shows or things are concerned, where makers look at talent, they take people for their craft.
Right.
The film that I did, which is yet to be released, I didn't have Instagram back then.
Okay.
I've done 2 advertisements where I didn't have Instagram, and they took me. So I think it depends on the makers also. But if somebody is looking at a show where it's supposed to be making them money, and that's the whole sole concern that they have, then obviously they'll take people who they think have following.
Right.
But I'm surrounded by people who just look at the craft, not the
Right.
followers. They
You've never
genuinely-
faced something like this?
I've never faced something like this.
Okay.
Yeah. And if behind the scenes, somewhere this conversation has happened where people put my face on the table, but they're like, okay, he can act, but he doesn't have followers, then I'm not aware of those conversations.
Okay.
Yeah. But the people that I'm with, usually, my entire team, all of my friends from the industry, they usually focus on the craft. I've seen them casting also during the films. I remember them telling me, good actor, that's it, full stop.
Okay. What would you want to say to the audience who's going to be missing you here on?
Okay, so guys, please don't be upset ever in life. Already बहुत झंझट है जिंदगी में. So please, and also please keep watching Man Pasand Ki Shaadi सोमवार से शुक्रवार रात 10 बजे Colors पे, because trust me, it's a good show. Please welcome Akshit as Abhishek Diwan, because he's doing a fabulous job. I saw it yesterday. Also, you'll see me also soon on a crazy platform. Okay, and I wish you guys the best, and stay tuned for more work. And thank you so much, Anshul, for having me.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for
Love
talking.
you guys.
Thank you.
See you.